This is our day 21. In today's video, I am talking about the built-in function that provided by Python, and I hope you enjoy the process. And now, the code section is look like this. Ki life is a journey, and every step is crucial to reaching the destination. So crucial means महत्वपूर्ण होता है. So every step is important for reach the destination. Just remember this and stay continue your journey with me, and don't forget to subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon, and share this video the friends you need most about this topic. So built-in function, Python provides a rich set of built-in functions that are widely used of various purpose. So the definition of built-in function is look like this, and there are so many built-in functions, but in this video we are trying to covering the most important and widely used built-in function. So let's go to our IDE, just control plus tab, and in today's video we are write a code in Python Jupyter, and these are the functions we are trying to covering, like print function, len function, type function, input, integer, float, string, range, list, tuple, set, minimum, maximum, sum, absolute, sorted. Zip function is most important, and id, bin, help, and order is also available for now. So these are the functions, but for kind your information, there are quite a lot like Python built-in function. And if you want to see how many functions are available, so you just see the official documentation that provided by Python. Here is a list, arranging list in alphabetical order, so you can check out here. Now let's come back to our IDE. Now what the print function do? So prints the specified message to the screen. Now the print function is very simple, and in our last videos and so many videos we are use this very widely and quietly. Now if I want to print something like uh, welcome welcome to procoderjii, like if I want to print this message on my computer screen, so I use print function to print this message. Shift and enter, and look everyone, this print function work like this. Now what the len function is done, so return the length of any item in the object. So what can I do? If I want to check the how many bits are in this string, so I just use len function and put the string here and write. So there are 24 letters are in this string, so we use len function, look like this. And what the type function is done, so type function return type of any object. Like I want to create a anything, like I create a 1, and just see the what is the type of my x. So I get an integer because the value is stored is the int. If I change, like I want to change it into float, so I get a float value. And anything I want to store in it, I get the type of my data true. Yes, it's a bool. So I hope you understand this three most fundamental and basic concept about this built-in functions. So what the input function, and input function read the lines from the user input. So with the help of this function we can take any input. Like I want to input with the help of input function, enter your name, and this input is comes in this. I just print x for me, and this is okay, indentation error, like okay, it's settled now. So this function both are done. This function takes the input from the user. If I give any input here, so it's saved with this string. So here is a way to use the input function, like integer, float, string, convert the values to integer, to float, to string. Okay, now what the int function is done, int function returns the value. If you have any bool any float value, so it returns an integer. And at the same end, if you have a string function on it, so it returns on a string, like there are quotation mark is here. Now what's the float is done, float returns the float value. Like I have only one, so it returns 1.0, like this. What's a range function? And range function generate a sequence of number. How we use the range function? If you want to create a 1 to 100 1 to 100 lines of number, so you just use this function like this. For I in range, generate a 1 to 100 numbers and just print I here. If you run, so you get an error because I forget to like this. So 1 से लेके 100 तक the numbers is generated, not 100 because I use 100, so it's skippable. For 100ing I just like 101 and return, so it's give me 100 times of number. So with the help of range function generate a sequence of number, so it's prove it. Now what the help 9 list tuple and set converts an list tuple or set in a respectively. Now everyone, if you have anything like this, now if you have a list like 1 2 3 and 4, so if you want to convert it into tuple, to use the tuple function and put x here and it returns in the form of tuple. At the same thing, if you have tuple here and if you have tuple here and you want to use the list function, so it returns the value into list like this. It tuples is converted into list, and you also use set on it like this, and it returns a set. Okay, so how to use these three functions? It's are widely used when you need something in the other type of data. Now maximum minimum returns are the minimum value of anything, so I use just this copy and paste here, and with the help of maximum function it returns the maximum value that present in my double. Like 3 is maximum, and what's the minimum? I hope you know the answer. Minimum is 1. So how to use the sum returns the sum of anything like this. Now use the sum function, it returns the sum. What is the sum of this? It's a 6. Now you can also increase. Now it's a 46 for me. So how to use absolute function? So this function is a understanding. Now if you give the value in the absolute positive or 0, so it returns x. But if the x value you give minus, so it returns absolute value like this absolute abs is -1, so it returns 1. What you give 1, so it returns 1. So the same concept is this: when you give some positive value or 0, so it returns the same value, but you when you give anything in the negative form, that it returns in the positive. So sorted function, what the sortest function done? With the help of this I can share you what the sortest function. With the help of sortest function we can arrange the element in the ascending orders like this. Everything is arranged in the 1 2 3 छोटे से बड़े क्रम में. What's a GIF function done? GIF functions combine multiple tables into tuples. Okay, so friends, just think if you have a x and you have a list here, like what I example of pro and just coder and one more g. So what the GIF function is done? With the help of GIF function we combine multiple iterables into a tuple. Like in I one more, I have a list, and in this list I just write how many strings cover this. Now this cover 3 and this cover 5 and this is 2. I just create a one new more variable jet. That's what the function is done. With the I use GIF function, and with the help of GIF function I just x comma by and just print jet. So what I get, everyone? I get a memory address because this direct function is written the GIF, but you want to see what the GIF function is done for me. So you just create a one more variable, like I want to create a s and convert this into a list. Now my jet is converted into a list, and I just print my s here. So with the help of this function I convert this memory address into a list, and I can see what the GIF function is done for me. So GIF function come into tuple, multiple iterables into tuple. Like I have a 2 list here, and with the help of this pro is converted into 3 and coder have 5 letters and g have 2 letters. So we use GIF function look like this, and with the help of id I can see anything it's present in my id. Like I want to see the id of my s, so I just return s, and this s is store of in this memory location, so I get an id with the help of id function. What's a bin function is done? Bin function returns anything you don't know about the binary, so you just enter the number and you get a binary number of this. And one more either octa is also hecta is also is a function that returns the octa value, and hexa is also returns the hexal value. With the help of L function, what the L function have done, I can see anything that what I don't know about the built-in function. So I just use L function, and what I want to know what the bin function is done for me. So I just write bin, and it gives me the documentation, returns the binary representation of any integer like this. So with the help of function is widely useful when you don't know something about the function. So what's the order? So it's my one of favorite because I don't know ki how to convert the I don't know ki if I unicode या फिर ASCII value. So I just use the order function and use if I want to know the ASCII value of C. So S. So I get an ASCII value of S is a 83. So ASCII value it's an American standard Unicode character list होती है. So you can use the order function to see the value of anything. Like if you want to see the what is the value of ASCII value of Z, so you can see with the help of this function. So I hope everyone you must quite enjoy this process, and I just want to share you one thing if you don't practice and just watching my videos, it's not helpful for you. Just try to practice every day in 1 to 2 hour, and at one day you can definitely say you become a Python developer, a Pythonic developer. So I hope you must like it, and also check out the official documentation. Please try to be in a habit to read the documentation because it's helpful very much. So I hope you just like the video, share the video, subscribe the channel, and also one more thing I want to share you within. In next video we are trying to covering built-in modules that provided by Python. So thank you guys, मिलते हैं next video में.